Today we're going to be talking about databases, what they are, why you would want to use them, how to decide which database to use, and who to go to with your questions. So we'll start with, what exactly are databases? Well, according to dictionary.com, databases are a comprehensive collection of related data organized for convenient access, generally in a computer. Breaking that down a bit, for our purposes, databases are a collection of content, whether in the form of journal articles or studies or reviews from a wide array of sources that can be searched and filtered in a single place. Basically, database companies pay content creators like journals and archives to put their content into a collection and then goes and sells the ability to view and search this collection to organizations who find that content useful. For example, a college with a biology program might subscribe to a database that collects content from a wide range of respected biology journals. So why are databases useful? Well, there are a lot of reasons. They can provide access to a wider range of content that might not otherwise be easily accessible to the average user. Periodicals that have many volumes can often be difficult to search through. Databases give you the option to search for individual articles directly. Databases can also be accessed remotely, meaning you don't have to physically be in a library or archive in order to access the information. And databases, used well, can be a lot more helpful than using standard search engines like Google or Yahoo, because it's generally easier to filter for relevant content, and many databases will often link to full text of their content, or at least suggest where the full text can be accessed. So there are a number of databases out there, and they often tailor the content that they collect to appeal to a particular type of user. Which brings us to the question of, how do you choose the right database for your assignment? Now this is a hard question because there's no single way of determining what database is necessarily going to have exactly the type of content you're looking for. But there are some basic strategies. In the title of many databases, there's going to be clues about the sort of content that they're specializing in, even within a subject. And often, colleges are going to make it possible to search for databases by subject area. Depending on the institution, there might be description about the database offered, or even library guides for common research topics that can provide extra guidance. Also, depending on your topic and how specialized it is, there's nothing wrong with starting with a general database like EBSCO or Academic OneFile, which offers access to truly massive amounts of content, and seeing what's available there first before moving on to more specific databases. And there's no need to just choose one database to search. Often it's best to have a few databases open to test similar searches and see what type of content comes up. Are they similar or are they different? When first using a database you're unfamiliar with, it often comes down to being a question of trial and error. That said, databases often do not have the most user-friendly interfaces. So where do you go, or who do you ask when you have questions about databases, whether about the databases themselves or their content? Of course, there's always whoever gave you the assignment you're using database for, and video tutorials. But one of the best resources is probably going to be the librarian at the institution you're using the database from. Most libraries have a librarian who specializes in databases and decides which one the organization should subscribe to, and therefore should have a firm understanding of the structure of the database and the type of content it offers. So there's obviously a lot more to know about databases and using them effectively. But hopefully this offers a starting point in understanding what databases are, why you might want to use them, and who to seek out for help. Thank you.